Hey, I just wanted to say that this video isn't gonna have a visual. It's just gonna be like one picture posted for the entire 15 minutes because I just want to talk. I don't want to have to worry about visualizing this. So, yeah, just feel free to play this in the background. So, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so let's talk about the Cowboy Bebop ending. So, if you guys saw my last video or a couple videos ago, I talked about like the first 16 episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and it's a phenomenal anime. Since then, I have finished it. I've watched from Mushroom Samba to The Real Folk Blues Part 2, which is about 10 episodes, and then I still have the movie to watch, but I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break from Cowboy Bebop, and then I'll probably make another video talking about the movie, but who knows. But I just want to talk about the second half of the season. So yeah, let's get to it. So first of all, Mushroom Samba, it was probably my favorite episode, or like one of my favorite top 3 episodes, and it was like it was one of my top 3 episodes so far. Not so far, but it was one of my top 3 episodes, and it followed Spike, Jet, Faye, and Ed and Nain crash landing onto some random planet. They're looking for food. Ed and Nain go out and they go on this huge adventure where they end up finding some drugged mushrooms, and they stop some evil criminal, and instead of collecting his bounty, they accept the mushrooms because they claim it's worth 100,000 wulongs each, to which that's a lie. It's just regular shiitake mushrooms. But it was funny. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling on. But it was my favorite so far. One of them. Episode 18. I'm just going through these briefly so I can talk about, like, the ending. But, yeah. Episode 18, Speak Like a Child. It explored the phase past. And Jet and Spike went on an adventure with Ed to try and get the technology, which was a VHS player, to watch a mysterious tape that was sent to them that had footage from Faye's childhood when she was in high school. And people say it's the saddest episode. I wouldn't say that. It's probably the second saddest, if anything. Or maybe like the second or third, but it was pretty sad still. Episode 19 was Wild Horses, and Spike was, he was trying to get his ship fixed. While Jet and Faye went to fight space pirates, but their ship kept getting taken down by some, like, grappling hooks that whatever ship the hooks connect to, it, like, automatically fails all the systems. So, they did that. Spike and his shipbuilder and his assistant, they all helped too. Spike almost died again. But, in the end, it was able to work out. Pierrot Le Faux, something like that. It was episode 20, and basically some, like, super weapon that is immune to bullets, because, like, it's like a force field only for bullets. He beat up Spike real bad and was trying to hunt him down, and Spike just wanted revenge. And Jet did research into how to stop him, and he found out, I assume, but Spike had already basically killed him. Like, he stabbed him with a knife in his leg. And that was actually funny. Like, he was just crying for his mom, because technically, he's still a child. He's still, I'm gonna say he's special. And he's like a child trapped in an adult's body, so obviously he's still crying for his mom when he gets hurt. And then gets stepped on by some giant Freddy Fazbear. Yep, that's it. I'm still confused from it, too. Episode 21 was Boogie Woogie Feng Shui. It's not any relation to Jujutsu Kaisen's, Toto. Maybe they got that Boogie Woogie. Maybe that's inspired by Cowboy Bebop. Who knows? But basically, Jet gets some email from an old friend, and then he goes to visit his grave. His daughter's there, and then they go on an adventure to find a sunstone. And that sunstone leads them to the friend's location because he didn't die. He claimed he died in the email, or people said he died. His daughter said he died, but they found his location, and he passed away because of like some oxygen shortage in like the hyperspace gate, because they were hunting him down because he was part of the syndicate. But yeah, it was a really weird episode. Episode 22, Cowboy Funk. I forgot this guy's name, but Spike was trying to stop some criminal named the Teddy Bear Bomber, and I have no idea. It was just really weird. There was like some other cowboy dressed in white with a horse. He was like actual cowboy bounty hunter, but he is stupid. But he was somehow giving Spike a run for his money because he was so stupid. He literally walked up to the teddy bear bomber like 3 times while he was confronting Spike. The 3 of them just standing there. He looks at Spike. He looked at Jet. He looked at everybody and accused them of being the bomber except for the actual bomber. So that was fun. And the ending though was funny. Like, he eventually defeated the cowboy, and he said, "I'm gonna retire from being a bounty hunter." And he said, "I'm gonna be a samurai and try to hijack the next episode preview." I'm glad I saw that. Episode 23 was Brain Scratch, where Faye went undercover because some cult leader had a bounty on them, but this cult leader was actually just some teenager in deep sleep in a coma, whatever. And if he was disconnected from life support, he'd die. But that was just his dreams. Like, he just dreamt up that whole thing. It was weird. But yeah, they were able to stop him. Episode 24, Hard Luck Woman. This is where things... Okay, I'm gonna start explaining more detail here. Faye and Radical Ed run into some people, and they discover clues about their past. Obviously, Faye lost her memory, and Ed just is Ed, so she doesn't know anything. Apparently, Ed was orphaned as a child, and her father forgot. Her father doesn't even know if Ed is a boy or girl, which is sad. But, yeah, so while Ed's doing that, Spike and Jet see that some random guy has a bounty of like 50 million wulongs, so they try and go get him. They lose terribly, especially Spike. And then Ed comes in with a ship and is like, "Hey, that's my dad." So the dad's like, "Hey, thanks for taking care of my daughter or son or whatever." But and then like a meteor crashes down, and then him and his assistant just run off immediately, leave Ed behind. And then she goes onto an adventure, leaving the Bebop crew and taking Ayin with her. So that's Ed's end. And this is... Forget what I said about Speak Like a Child. That's the 3rd saddest, I'd say. With, no, the 4th saddest. The 3rd saddest would probably be Ballad of Fallen Angels. That's self-explanatory. And the saddest has to be Hard Luck Woman. Or the 2nd saddest is Hard Luck Woman. But anyways, so Faye, she meets a friend who's like probably in her 80s now. And this friend is just like, "You look the same as you did 50 years ago when we were teenagers, but that was because of the accident. And they couldn't treat you, so they put you to sleep." And she's like, "How do you know that?" And then, you know, the whole thing. She abandons the Bebop crew, and then she tries to go find her friend again, but fails. And she gains some of her memories back, but nothing's there. It's been so long. It's been 50 years. So she's not able to find anything. And it just ends off on that. Ed leaves, and Faye leaves. And that's the 2nd saddest, which I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Real Folk Blues, I'm counting them as one part, so this is about episode 25 and 26. Saddest episodes so far. Definitely. Basically, Spike and Jet are like at some bar, and then members of the Red Dragon Syndicate try and jump them and take them out, but they're saved by, I don't know if you got, but it was a pretty fodder character, but this guy called Lin, who appeared, like, he was helping Vicious, and then I think it was in Jupiter Jazz Part 2, Lin died protecting Vicious. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna protect you no matter what." So he died, and he had a twin brother called Shen or something, and he appeared. He helped Spike and Jet escape, And then they found out that from Jet's partner, and I guess they figured it out too, Spike on his own. But the Red Dragon Syndicate is trying to eliminate anyone who went against them, which includes Spike, Vicious, and Julia, the girl Spike's been chasing for the entire series. And Vicious, he's already at the point of execution. He just said, kill me off now, but they wanted to punish him. So they tried, it didn't work. They said, nope, you're going to be punished first, and they held him captive. And then, right before his execution, I think it was Shin or somebody came in, shot off his handcuffs. Vicious got his sword, killed all the elders, and he claimed himself the new leader of the Red Dragon Syndicate. This is when, I think it's like right at the same time, it's like at the same time, yeah. Faye met up with some woman who was being chased by some evil people. That turned out to be Julia getting chased by the Syndicate. And Faye helps her escape, only for her to she didn't mention anything about Spike. She's just like, hey, I'm looking for a bounty hunter. But they didn't exchange names or anything. It just said Julia, Faye, yeah. And then she said, if you see Spike, tell him I'll be waiting there. And he'll know what I mean, which is a graveyard that they promised to meet up at when Spike initially faked his death. But because Vicious heard everything, he told Julia, you either kill Spike and be free, or you die and then I kill Spike. So it was a whole thing, but eventually Spike and Julia reunite, and they go back to the planet with Vicious and the Syndicate, and they plan to just run away, but they find out their old friend, that shopkeeper, she got shot. So as Syndicate members approach the shop too to take out Spike and Julia, they get into a battle, and it results in Julia's death. And yeah, Spike is just like in awe. He doesn't know what to do, so he returns to the Bebop ship with Faye and Jet. Him and Jet share one last meal, one last laugh, while Faye confronts him, and Spike reveals that during his accident, when he was in the Syndicate, he lost one of his eyes. So one of them is fake, so that fake eye sees the present day, what's going on, while his real eye sees the past. And the confrontation ends with, but they don't say goodbye to each other. Spike, Jet, or Faye, none of them say goodbye. But Faye just says that she tried to run away multiple times throughout the series, and every time she had nowhere to go, so she always returned to the Bebop crew, because that's where she belonged now. And Spike just goes off on his own. He goes to fight Vicious. And those of you who watch the series, you know where this is going. They fight, Vicious dies, and then Spike is confronted by a bunch of other Syndicate members ready to shoot him. He does the bang with his fingers, passes out, and we still don't know if he's alive or dead or not, because it was never confirmed by the show. It was never confirmed by the creator. The creator specifically said, I never confirmed it. It's up to you guys. But there are other animes in that, like, we're gonna call it the multiverse, or the universe of Bebop. That, like, Samurai Champloo, for example, that takes place, I believe, in the same universe. It's like Carlos X Tuesday, which takes place in that universe like a couple years after Bebop. But yeah, it's a whole thing. But this is the best anime I've ever watched. My thing is not, my list of animes is not that big. You've got like Dragon Ball, OG Naruto, you got Boruto, Blue Lock, Blue Exorcist, Fire Force. You just got a bunch of shonens. And I used to say Dragon Ball Z is the greatest anime of all time. It's Cowboy Bebop. And then, like, I would say Code Geass actually surpassed Dragon Ball first. Code Geass and Tokyo Ghoul were like my 1 and 2 favorite best animes of all time. And Code Geass had the perfect ending. But then Cowboy Bebop came around, and it's even better. So, I don't have much else to say. It was just, this is a masterpiece. Nothing, no anime will ever rival Cowboy Bebop, and the closest to do it was Code Geass. I'm so sorry if, like, for the past, like, 5 minutes you just heard chewing. I'm eating a french fry. But, yeah. Cowboy Bebop's gonna go down as the greatest anime of all time. I want to get on DVD so I can have it forever. Assuming, like, my house doesn't get bombed. I don't get robbed or something, but yeah, just the best. And that's all I have to say, so see you guys in a different video. 10 out of 10, classic, perfect, it exceeds 10 out of 10. See you guys in the next episode, or the next video, where I'll be talking about the movie whenever I watch it. So just enjoy a different video. Peace out.